Hello everybody, Offgridmaker here. I just wanted to take a moment and do a little walk and talk with you guys and talk about something I get asked about, and in a number of different ways, but basically, um, how do you define living off grid? So for me it's pretty easy, but within the off-grid community in general, there's not a lot of consensus about it. So I'm just going to give you my opinion about it, and you can take it or leave it. So the dictionary says that off the grid means to be disconnected from the electrical grid. Period. That's the definition. And so for me, that's good enough. I don't have a problem with that definition. But within the off-grid community, there are people that think it should be a little bit more narrow than that. So at one end of this spectrum, you have people that agree with the dictionary, and then at the other end of the spectrum, I can't say spectrum today, you do have people who say living off grid requires that, it's more like Jason Bourne, you don't have any identity, you don't use any kind of public services whatsoever, you don't have a retirement account in the stock market, or IRAs or bank accounts, cell phone service, but that's an extreme, and the larger community doesn't believe that. But I'm just saying that that is a belief, and everything in between those two. I'm okay with saying that living off grid just simply means that you're not connected to the electrical grid, but maybe you do have a public water service to your house, or that maybe you do have maybe you pay someone to come pick up your trash, or maybe you live somewhere in an incorporated area where they will pick up your trash. Maybe you're someone who's paid into the Social Security system all your life, and now you receive a check from the government, but you still, you live out in the woods, you're not connected to electricity, and as far as I'm concerned, you're living off grid too. But I think the most important part to understand about this is that it really only matters what you think. What do you think it means to live off grid? And if you have a dream of living off grid, then your definition is the one you go by, and don't worry about what anyone else says. There's 100 different ways to define living off grid, but how you define it is what matters. And I think more and more people are thinking in terms of, and I sure wish we could just, live out in the woods off grid. And I think that comes from a place where in our society today, everything is so fast, and so many people, they spend their entire lives. Well, I don't know if you guys heard that, but deer just took off running. I spooked it. They spend so much of their day just trying to earn a dollar to pay for their life instead of just living their life. And I think that wears people down. I think, look at right here, all these blackberries behind me, wild blackberries, gonna have a ton of them this year. I can still hear that deer. And I think people are more and more thinking things like, man, if I just didn't have that mortgage payment and that cable bill and that water bill and the electric bill and the bill after bill after bill, you know, maybe I wouldn't have to work 14 hours a day, or maybe my wife wouldn't have to work, you know, or maybe I could stay home with the kids and spend more time with them instead of working every Saturday or working 2 jobs. You know, some people have to work 2 and 3 jobs just to pay for their life. And I think just moving away from that, every step away from that is a good step. So if it just means getting disconnected from the electric grid and you're still paying for other stuff, that's fine. And then you just stay on the path of removing those bills and decide what living off grid means to you. For me personally, it just means I've defined it for myself. Living off grid is living without public utilities and ever striving to become more self-reliant. That's all. And I'm not where I want to be, but it's a journey and it's a long one. But it's a healthy one and it's a satisfying one. So if you're interested in it, my channel is all about how to live off grid and the things I do, the things I build to help move me along that path. If you like that stuff, you know, stick around, check out some of the other videos. If you think other people would enjoy it, share it with others. Subscribe if you want to see more of the material I put out. And absolutely hit that notification bell and you'll get notified every time I put out something new. Also, all that helps grow the channel, which is my goal, to spread what I'm doing to other people, because I know there's a bunch of people out there that would like to do this, because I run into them all the time. And most people just, you know, they say things that tell me they're not sure how to do it. So that's the purpose of this channel and my blog. So anyway, that's all I had today. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.